They wouldn't be running from the killers.
What you want, Conrad? You want a toolbox or?
Give me a pretty little medkit.
Okay.
And they dare not. Better. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Make it out. Make it out. You're done? What he was gonna say?
What was that?
And then like, what are they gonna give like the fucking chilling them? A fucking flash grenade or some shit? A gun?
That would be nice.
No. What? You're gonna shoot the killer and they gonna like fall down for 5 seconds?
Why not?
No. I like the idea of an unstoppable killer against.
No, the killers have everything else.
What do you mean have everything else? You always say that, but you don't say what you mean.
They don't. Well,
I said what I meant.
No. I mean, but you don't play killers, so.
So when you're complaining about these killers camping you, what do you? So is that coming from a killer's perspective or?
Well, I don't camp.
It's neither. It's just a player being an asshole.
Yes.
So it's a killer though.
It's a killer, so the survivors can do that too.
And there's both. No, but there's. Yeah. There's two things of toxicity. There's toxic survivors and there's toxic killers.
We got a flashlight. We're supposed to flash you.
They're supposed to hook you.
Being toxic. I mean, like teabagging and shit.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. You can't.
I don't camp as a killer.
I don't camp as a killer either. I get teabagged.
Once we get away from you camping, that's what we do.
No, sometimes if you get
what you mean by
sometimes if you get like no hooks and you get ran by a survivor, they'll fucking teabag you. Yeah. I've been bullied as a killer.
I have too.
And you get more angry as a killer than a survivor.
I don't get it. It's a fucking asymmetrical multiplayer game. Of course, the survivors can't kill the killer. What the fuck?
Right.
Well, we should be able to fight back.
No. It's a defenseless survivors against an unbeatable killer.
If it was as powerful as the killer, it would be blatantly unbalanced. Of course, the survivors have to be weaker than the killer. There's 4 of them. What the fuck?
We should be able to fight back, though.
Nah.
No, that's not the theme of the game. That's not the premise of the game.
Yeah,
that's how
it
the developers wanted it.
The premise is run or survive.
While they were in the middle of men, borrowed time.
You can do that in Friday the 13th, but the game is built around being able to do that. You can't get a game like this and instantly just pop in the ability to hurt the killer. It's not as simple as that.
Hey, and then they would have to make the killers more strong.
Exactly.
They are already
have
strong.
to counterbalance it. They'll have to counterbalance it. Like it's silly to say that.
It's not
the concept of the game.
The concept is for the killer to chase a survivor, or at least from the killer's perspective, chase them, kill them. From the survivor's perspective, is to do gens and survive.
Here's the thing: who's at a disadvantage from
your perspective?
Okay, who's at a disadvantage at the start of the match? The killer or the survivors?
It could be both, depending on
the there's 4 survivors. There's 4 survivors.
Correct. We are supposed to be strong.
Right. Well, right. You're built. So the killer is at a disadvantage first. Anything that goes.
Necessarily.
If the killer can only chase one person, the other survivors should be building gens, doing something. And if
killers just unbelievable,
and not even just perks, it's add-ons too. Like you got fucking Hex Undying, where you go to a double totem and you don't even see the totem, but the motherfucker can see you running past it.
Like, I mean, I don't know. I just think the survivor is if the killer gets the survivors, it's usually the survivor's fault.
It's not funny how you always
Yeah, you only speaking from the killer, and you play mostly survivor.
Exactly.
Which you only speaking from.
Proves that we're not biased.
No, you are biased though. You're only speaking from the killer side, bitch. What the fuck was that?
I play. No, there's 4 survivors that are supposed to be doing something. If 4 survivors are equal to the skill of the killer, the survivor should win every single time.
It's 4 versus 1.
Because the only way the killer, if the killer is getting loot, if the killer's getting loot, no, the killer can't do that. The killer can't. Right.
So when he's chasing one, it's not balanced. He can kill me. He can knock me the fuck down.
Yeah, but your survivor friends should be doing something at that time.
Yeah, but that's his. But if nobody comes to get the person, then that's one kill for the killer. And then the other people, they can just go.
Now you got to look at both sides. At the start of the match, the survivor has the advantage till the killer puts pressure on the survivors.
Why don't me and Ron complain about survivors?
And we play survivor.
Being able to vote.
Because y'all sucky ass survivors. That's why, bitch.
I tell you, I suck as a survivor. That's why I get caught. It's not because the killer's OP, it's because I suck. If the killer gets you, it's because the killer is better than you.
That's not what I meant. And secondly, I was about to say, as a killer, how come survivors can vault through windows really fast and us killers have to do it real slow?
I get hit through the fucking window. And they'll be far from me, and I still hit me.
Then you shouldn't. Well,
still hit me.
That happens. That shouldn't happen.
And as a killer, you say, why can't we fight back? And I say, child, y'all drop pallets and fucking decisive stun and flashlights on our faces we can't see. Y'all fighting back. Like, what the fuck?
That's not enough. Yeah, well,
it's definitely enough to get out.
I'm using your type of arguments against you.
If I was better, listen, go watch somebody good play against a killer, and it's at the survivor's advantage. All the top people who play both roles say that the survivor role is stronger on high rank. You need certain killers.
It is in tournament. Yeah. You ain't using the nurse or spirit. You're fucked. Ask any
survivors that I watch, and they're damn good. Not all of them say that the survivor is.
Do they play? Do they play both?
I'm not sure. Yeah.
They nerfed the only thing we had.
Which was?
Decisive strike.
That's the only thing.
I think now listen how decisive strike worked before. Okay, so what's the killer's worst enemy in the game? Time, right? So if you went up against 4 survivors who got down because they got outplayed and got a free card to stab the killer 4 times in a match, the killer should lose, right? They should have lost all that fucking time, and then Jin should have been built, right? So I thought they balanced decisive strike. It might not be strong now.
How do you not? You can kill yourself. Like, that's so stupid. It's stupid. I understand, yeah, you can heal other people, but yourself, come on now. That's stupid.
I still get the argument that Conrad made where he was like, Decisive Strike was made to, it was like, like if they're tunneling you.
Yes.
So I get that, but I still don't agree with the damn changes that they made to it.
Now, maybe not that change, because you could only use it if you were tunneled or downed 60 seconds in a hook. If I down somebody as a killer, I could just leave them down. You know?
You use it once a match. I mean, okay, yeah.
And if you miss it, then it's gone.
Before them changes, decisive strike was really OP. Like, you could down a survivor, they could suck ass, get down, and they get a free card out. And that four times against the time at that time, what else? Well, now the things suck, but you had toolboxes. They suck now. They could probably buff the toolboxes a little. Before they were like, it was ridiculous. Gens could pop like in 30 seconds.
You could do a gen. You can do like 2 gens with 1 toolbox.
Right.
Everybody.
You had to have. You had to have. Like before that, you had to have ruin.
And then nerf ruin, and ruin is still not nerf.
It's not useless, but it's not as good as before. It's still a useful perk.
I remember that shit was annoying as fuck. It's much better now.
It's better. It's probably better on the survivors end too, because you don't have to necessarily cleanse it.
I mean, goddamn, like young survivors can literally destroy killers' perks. Can you imagine if you could do killer can do that to survivors? Y'all would have a fucking hissy fit. Imagine a killer can destroy a totem and then the survivor doesn't have fucking decisive strike or sprint burst anymore. I mean, you don't hear us complain about that shit.
I mean, yeah, but I think those are balanced though. Like you should be able to cleanse. You should be able to cleanse those perks. But I think survivor role is stronger than killer at equal play, high level. You got to look at it from high level.
And keep in mind, this killer is all by himself. He doesn't have to depend on anyone. He doesn't get help. Survivors have add-ons to see the killer's aura all the time. They have add-ons to do a generator quicker.
And they do as well.
Okay, so who should win? Let's just take one perk. Obsession, object of obsession. If everybody's running object of obsession.
Taking what he was before.
Oh, I didn't know they nerfed it. I was talking. Okay, the one before. If 4 survivors had object of obsession against the killer, shouldn't the survivors win every time?
No.
Unless they made bad plays.
Shouldn't they win? Usually, if anybody uses object of obsession, it's usually because they are at least
decent, or survive with friends and stuff like that. Survive with friends is an advantage. Can be an advantage. It can be a disadvantage too if you know there's survive with friends.
I don't know anything about that part.
I used it.
You could see the killer's aura, and they can see you up until you're in their terror radius. But if you see them coming after you, you're going to run, and then you're probably going to go hide somewhere. And now the killer's wasting his time. So everybody else should be doing something.
People that like to be chased, though, right?
I would say, yeah. I've been in matches against a whole team of fucking survive with friends, and sometimes they're bad. They're usually bad.
Thank you.
I get you, Jay. I was looking for. Oh, we're supposed to be switching.
Okay, come back to the phone.
I'm coming. Yeah, it's quiet. Either he ain't doing shit or it's a damn Michael Myers. I'm around outside of the bush.
Then you just got another matchup of every killer too.
It's over there. Right here, come right wood.
How am I supposed to know that by you saying it's over there?
I see another totem. Was you using the map to find totems? Oh, you could have kept the damn map to find the totems too.
No, it's all good, child. I have detective sconch. I don't need no map. And I used it very, very, very slightly because I pressed R2 by mistake instead of circle to drop it. But I put 2 add-ons which increase the, the duration.
It's probably a damn tactic. They're tactic. Watch. make you think that, because I seen too much of them YouTube that did that shit, make the survivors think that they don't do shit and ain't good, and then right as soon as the last generator pop, bitch, everybody did.
Well, yeah, but that's just to fuck around for the sake of, you know, YouTube content. People don't actually do that. I don't think me and Ron forgot you saying we suck as survivors, Justin.
No, I suck as a survivor. I also realize though, but survivor's easier to play than killer too.
Oh hell yeah!
I honestly think the only reason why if the killer is harder to play, that shit is only because of them vision. Meaning because it's first person. Because if it was in the same person as us, no.
Right. Well, no. If it was third person, the killer would be far stronger. So, I mean, it's balance, I guess.
I think the game is fine as it is. There's only a few things which I think are a bit iffy. Like Leatherface camping and shit, and the spirit's a bit too OP. But other than that, it's good.
That's on the players. That's on the player and the community.
Exactly.
I mean, all they would have to do with Leatherface, though, to balance it, is make his chainsaw a cooldown after a hood. Who's the worst killer?
Worse.
Clowning too good.
He can't shut down loops?
Not really.
I thought Clown used to be good, like when he could, shutting down loops and shit. Trapper too.
Yeah, and Trapper, I was about to mention Trapper.
You can, I don't think there's nothing they can do to make Trapper good or bad. He's just Trapper.
No, they can definitely change stuff.
Well, I mean,
For example,
like
Trapper, he can only carry one trap at a time. Well, you have to put add-ons for him to carry more.
That's true.
So that's a waste of an add-on slot because you, by default, you fucking have to waste an add-on slot on a carrying bag, they're called, to be able to carry more traps. They should have him at least carry 2 by default, so you can use your slots for other stuff. And the Trapper has a shitload of weaknesses.
Well, all I do with Trapper, though, well, yeah, he takes long to set up, number one.
Takes long to set up, so his weaknesses are people gen rushing. If somebody has a map, then they can see his fucking traps, which are bullshit, completely nullifying his power. You can't do that with any other killers. You can't stop the Deathslinger from shooting. You can't stop the Spirit from phasing. You can't stop the Hunters from throwing hatchets. You sure as fuck can stop the Trapper from using his power. Just arm his traps. That's it.
You can stop the Spirit from phasing.
Oh, you can't.
How?
You can. She is right behind you, and you shine a flashlight at her. You can't stop her. She will get right out her face, and she'll be blind.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, alright. But you have to shine your... You can't even... That shit is too hard to do.
You just shine it at her. You don't shine it at her face.
Oh, it just hits her.
It's the same as the, what's his name? The Wraith. You don't have to shine it at his face, you just shine it at his body. And then he'll stun.
So if it hits her, it will...
It will get her out of her face and she'll be blind.
You can do it with the hag too as well, but you need a flashlight. Yeah, you can nullify her powers with a flashlight.
The traps. I mean the X's.
Yeah, but the bitch can set like 12.
10. Yeah, quite a bit.
The trapper has to find one, pick one up, and set it.
The worst thing to do on Trapper is 3 gen.
And he doesn't instantly teleport to it if somebody gets caught in it. If a survivor steps on your trap on the other side of the map, tough shit.
You have that red add-on.
Oh yeah, but then we talk about red add-ons, you can go forever about other killers or survivors.
Right. Which makes them stronger than 4.
No.
It does make them stronger than 4 survivors.
I think it depends on, yeah, and they nerfed that. You hear me bitching about it? All these they only nerf the killers. All those
but I mean they made it where she can only carry 1, but she could put another add-on where she carry more.
I thought the nerf was. This is what I thought the nerf was, because she could always do that.
If she bring in that,
I thought she always carried
3.
No, I thought she had 1.
It was 3. They nerfed it now to where it's 1, but she could put an add-on to where she can carry extra. So that's not a nerf.
Not much.
They just changed it around.
Yeah, they just changed it to look around. It ain't a nerf.
Yeah, I think she should have probably had always the ability to carry 1.
But then again, I will say, unless you are good at Huntress, because I play with that bitch, unless you're good at throwing them hatchets, bitch, yeah.
It's hard.
I don't think it matters.
Yeah, it's really hard. Same with Nurse.
But fuck your kills, bitch. So I ain't defending the motherfuckers. No.
Well, all I do with Trapper is usually I try to 3-gen them. I just guard the 3 closest gens.
I defend the party who needs defending, not the party whose side I'm on.
I usually just find the
Did you hear it?
3 closest.
If I think Raidens needs a nerf, I'll say he needs a nerf. I don't play a Shao Kahn, I say he needs a nerf, and he got a nerf, and he still needs to be not nerf. What the fuck are you talking about, boss?
Okay.
Wait, what? Where'd she go?
About to go fight somebody.
Alright. I mean, I don't play Shao Kahn. I never even thought about playing Shao Kahn. I don't want to play Shao Kahn. Ugh. But that motherfucker need a buff. And I know he just got one. He still needs more buff. That's not enough. I don't say it because I play it, Sam.
I mean, what could they really buff them? Only thing I think they could do is just damage output.
No, they can do more shit. No, nothing to do with damage output.
He kicks you out.
Yep, uninvite you.
Such a disappointment.
Well, I just defended the Hunters.
Against that bitch Miranda.
You can defend the Trapper and the Clown.
No, I'm damn sure not gonna defend the Clown. He the fastest motherfucker on the game.
That don't mean shit.
I don't think he's not the fastest. It's just you just run slow.
He is the fastest. Somebody did a time lapse.
I didn't know that.
Did a little thing. Yeah, the Clown is the fastest killer on the game. And imagine if that motherfucker put a damn add-on where he move faster.
I don't like my siblings.
I think my game is broken now.
Speak for free.
You about to close it and open it back.
Alright.
I need enough power.
And the Trapper, fuck you. He does have to go around and set up his traps, bitch. He does. So I take a while. And probably a gen or 2 might damn pop during that time.
As long as you don't 3-gen, the Trapper can. It's like a waste of time.
If they know what they're doing.
And plus, the trapper, he can't put traps all over the map. He can only put a trap on like an area of the map to have his own territory. If all survivors have to do is just run away from that area, and he can't do shit.
I mean, to be honest, by that
He
time,
has so many weaknesses, it's ridiculous.
by that time that he's setting up a trap, I mean, first of all, because I've never seen, well, I ain't gonna say never. I've seen trappers who will try to put a trap in front of the pallet when you're running, circling around it. But I've also seen more trappers that they can fake like that.
Yeah, that's what I do. To get them away from the loop.
Right.
And then by the time they jump off, it's a waste of the trap because it ain't gonna catch nobody because it's obvious, too obvious, it's right there. So I don't set it down, and plus, I don't waste as much time, so I fake setting a trap. They run away from the loop, and yeah, and then I stop setting a trap and I go chase them around the loop, and hopefully I can catch them out in the open. But you have to think about everything. Your brain is constantly like on overtime.
These guys are fucking hard.
It's not though, because I'm over here defending the killer too. And I damn sure don't want to. They need to make it where we can, all four of us can come the fuck together and kill his ass like they do to Jason.
Yes, but you have to think of it from a mechanical standpoint, Justin. It's not like that's too childish to say that. Oh, I want them to be able to fly and jump and do super falcon kick. No. Imagine they could actually do that, get together and kill the kid. They'd do that every time at the start of the match. It won't be fun.
I mean, I guess they would have to do requirements, but it would be a completely different game. I mean,
yes, but then it completely nullifies all the mechanics and systems and items geared towards the generators.
I mean, I'm getting
something new like that. You completely fuck everything up.
I guess they would have to
stuff like that.
I guess they would have to do all the gens.
Developers have to study game design.
Yeah.
You can't just say, "Oh, I want them to be able to kill the killer." No, that affects so many things if you put that in the game. Especially in a multiplayer match where you have to tightly hone and balance everything. And every single thing you put in the game, even if something as simple as a fucking item, you have to consider how it affects each party and how try to nullify any exploits. And you have to think about so many things. Imagine putting in something like being able to kill the killer. Hell no. It'd be a fucking nightmare. They're not gonna do that just because some dude rolls up and say, "It don't make sense. We can't kill it. Why can't we kill the killer?" Nah, child. That's the premise of the game. Take it or leave it. You're supposed to feel helpless. That's the fucking allure. That's the whole. That's the attraction of the game. The fact that you're escaping.
If you say so.
I mean, how boring would that be? It would just be another multiplayer. You're just hitting each other. It'll be so clumsy and fuck up the game. Developers know these things. They're not gonna put it in just because somebody's bitching about. Like, come on now. It's like you playing Cluedo with your cousins and then your baby cousin come and say, "Why can't you just turn over the card and see who killed him?" But you're missing the point of the game. You're supposed to figure it out. Well, why don't you just use the tricks right there? Just show them who killed the kid. Well, I can't show them because the fun is trying to figure it out who killed the sheriff or whatever. That's what y'all doing. Why can't we just kill the kid? Come on now.
Well, to be fair, going back to Friday the 13th, it's not that easy to kill Jason.
It's not that easy. Yes, but the fucking game is built around it. You can't put shit like that into DBD.
That game is not built. It's not built around killing him.
Yes, but there are systems to let you be able to do that.
Correct, but it's not easy.
Things aren't obvious to you, Justin. Developers make games, and there's stuff you don't notice that the games do.
And you are a developer, right?
No, but I know that they do that. I can't recognize everything. But like even it's something simple as game design. Like when you're playing a game like The Last of Us or God of War, they put a small light under the door you're supposed to go, so that you know where to go. Or like when you play Uncharted, if you notice that the ledges you can climb, they always have like a scratch or a yellow part on it.
Right.
These are all subconscious things. I would like the camera view. There's lots of psychology that they put into the players. And Friday the 13th is the same. And that's like Friday the 13th players going, oh, why can't we run away so effectively and have perks that make us speed boost and throw down pallets?
They do.
Well, yes, but not in the same manner as Dead by Daylight. Come on now.
I mean, it's not in the same manner. Overall, it does exactly the same thing. You don't have to hop through a window. You can just run fast.
And Friday the 13th, who do you think has the advantage? Jason?
The entire damn time.
And Friday the 13th, who do you think has the advantage? Jason or the survivors? Or the counselors?
And that when there's 7 people, and it still ain't no fucking enough.
No, I don't like Friday.
I prefer Friday over Dead by Daylight.
I didn't play Friday enough to judge which one's better, so I can't say anything.
Well, I'm not saying which one is better, but I prefer.
I just think I think Dead by Daylight is a better designed game.
Look, like imagine, like you know, Batman Arkham City. You're like in a city, you can ride around, and that's like saying, motherfucker, why can't we use the Batmobile? Because the game isn't built around that. Yeah, but there's streets and everything, and there's enough space. No. Then they did it in the 3rd game. Then you can drive the Batmobile. But they had to make things to accommodate that game mechanic. It's not just about there being enough space and for there to be roads for you to drive the Batmobile. They have to implement ways for you to, you know, be able to drive over criminals without killing them, quote unquote, because Batman doesn't kill. They have to put like areas which the Batmobile can interact, like ramps and stuff. They have to make the walls breakable, certain walls and you know, chests and crates. Give you the full experience. It's not just a matter of fucking grabbing a Batmobile and just dumping it onto the map. There's a lot more that goes into it.
Okay, so they can put a lot more in it that goes into it and make it what we can.
Yes, they can, technically. But if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They already have a working formula. Why
it's already broke, bitch. You're getting hit from something else. It's already broke.
Maybe in a sequel they consider it, sure, why not? But like, I mean, come on, like as a killer, I can't count the many times that I thought I should have hit a survivor, but they didn't. They got the pallets done. But like, bitch, I finished the swing animation before you dropped the pallet. How the fuck didn't you get hit? There's bullshit on both sides.
Seeking something in particular. Little and often fills the purse, as they say. This modification can be done in just a moment.
Okay.
Have a wonderful adventure.
Now, Karen wasn't lying. This fucking map is long.
So I thought he was talking about the map we were in, and I remembered you know playing the game with us.
Oh no.
Starstruck, so it's probably what's his face.
It is. So we're gonna be able to knock me the butt down.
That weird bullshit. So for a second, I thought Troy was getting offended when I was talking about Japanese games.
Is it Japanese?
No. But it's just the way he was talking. I was like, I don't like Japanese games because of this. He was like, yeah, okay. I don't know. I just felt a bit of sass in what he said. And that's something else I should have. Another reason why I don't like Japanese games, well, for obvious reasons, I didn't say it. People who love Japanese games and anime get such a massive stick up on their ass when you say you don't like. I remember I had an argument with this bitch. She just got so mad that I said I don't like Japanese games. It was like, well, 99% of games are Japanese, just like your Mortal Kombat. First of all, no, they're not. I'd say like 30% of games Japanese. Second, Mortal Kombat is not a Japanese game, nothing to do with Japan. Western developers. And second, like, why can't I have a taste? I didn't say anything bad about it. I didn't say Japanese games suck or anime is for dorks. Which I actually do think that, but I don't say it. Alright? I mean, like, none of y'all give a shit about soccer. So you say, oh, Conrad, I don't watch soccer, it's not my thing. Do I get pissy about it? No. But tell a weeaboo or anime fan that you don't like anime or Japanese games, and they get a massive stick up their ass. Trust me, sir. Tell a horror fan you don't like horror, he don't give a shit. Tell a soccer fan you don't like soccer, they don't give a shit. Tell a weeaboo or anime fan that you don't like anime, they have to get your ass. Fucking baby.
Oh my god. He is definitely being tunneled. So I'm going to definitely, I'm about to get him, but I'm going to take him.
Okay, he chasing that thing, man.
Bill, can you let me heal you? Can you let me heal you? Jesus Lord. And now he back at me. Oh my Lord Jesus. You doing the generator, alright?
I'm about to say the thing, man. I don't have no.
He's dead.
He got on like a motherfucker.
He chasing you?
No. Oh, no, he is. I ain't gonna leave him up there.
Sure, he might come with his name, so maybe he wants to think this is about talk.
Yeah, I think he left me.
fucking map.
You gotta make it, right, Conrad?
Mm-hmm. What the fuck?
He was healing.
He was chasing that bitch and they just ran in front of me. And the generator where I'm at right now is almost done.
Got a long way to go downstairs right there.
Uh-huh.
Okay, because this one is almost done too. This one is done. Why would you come?
Miranda thinks we're nothing but children.
Alright, out of here, love. Go finish the generator.
She doesn't care for us. No. She's all lost all her humanity. I must destroy her.
I don't give a shit about your family drama.
That's good. I'm coming back around.
This dude don't throw knives, does he? Oh. Why y'all healing? Do the damn jam.
She should have been doing the damn thing. See, he keep running back to exactly where the damn gym was at. Girl, why are you over here? Oh my Lord. He coming to y'all already. No, never mind. He might have chased me.
Oh, he chasing me.
Oh my Lord Jesus. Where are you?
Why weren't y'all doing the jam? I specifically took them far away. Obsession with fucking healing. I'll say I'm a shit survivor. I didn't even do one total. His ass not even a good killer. There was a medkit on the ground there where the hook was.
Another one?
Oh, good. Try that good. Yeah, you damn sure
He is.
very good.
Yep. You know where she was. He's not a good killer. You don't deserve the ball cake. And it's your first fucking hook.
It is. I was gonna try to take the hit for you.
Fix us, guys.
It's just the no way out. I mean, crowd control.
What that is?
Where if you fastball the window, you might. I don't even know why that's like hit. And the damn hatch behind you.
Did you actually say something in favor of the killer, Justin?
I did. I said
I'm gonna call your mama and tell her to check your temperature, cause you ain't well. But then you complain about bamboozle, which is even worse for you.
I don't complain about bamboozle.
I remember you. I have it on video.
Play the video for me.
I just saw that.
What are you playing, Mortal Kombat?
Kyrie. Play the video for me while I complain about bamboozle.
Oh, I got a headache. Big time.
You see, that's you complaining about it.
I didn't hear it. I still can't hear that trap. I said the killer from the way.
He was ranked 1.
You what?
He was not good enough to be a rank 1, so maybe that's how he got to rank 1 by all that fucking tunneling and shit.
The Trista that me, you, and Kira went against the other night was better than that. And I don't think he was ranked 1.
Oh, that fucking.
He might have deranked on purpose.
I mean, it ain't like it would matter because we can't see his rank when we go in.
No, but sometimes they'll derank on purpose so they don't go up against strong survivors or whatever.
Shit, that was close.
And of course, bitch.
Kira, who you fighting?
What's the fuck? Bro.
You are Uncle Justin.
Uncle Justin, I need to get 4 more of them under this. So I can finish this thing. Okay, Ron.
My bad.
You get it.
We get Iran, you're getting your dick sucked.
She'll start her ceremony with your...
I think Kara's getting kicked. Yeah. I'm psychic. I'll be back.
You better not be cheating on
For
me.
your kid.
No.
That's the whole village.
Shut up.
Don't worry.
Yeah, you better not.
I'll stop it. I'll use ropes to kill Miranda.
I said you better not be cheating on me.
Poor Papa.
Aren't you the one that said that some coming over to your place?
Take a
That was a joke. I was on the phone with them too.
Try.
If you said he was coming over, I suggest you go to crucifix.
Conrad.
Definitely a liar.
I'm on the borderline. Yeah. Get out this time. Damn. What's these two that didn't flip over, bitch? And why the fuck they wouldn't flip over for us?
I never understood why some flip over and some don't.
That was stupid. I mean, we're the survivors, so it's show to us. Take what I can, baby. Couldn't take no chances. On this, baby. I'm the one. Yeah. Kiss up this time.
Okay, Uncle Jackson, if you spot any totems
I'm gonna do
that
it.
you're born, no.
I'm gonna do it. That's probably why you're missing out on them tokens, because that's the first thing I do when the match starts. I like to make sure I have my heal ready. Oh shit. That's not a trapper. Or damn. What's her name? It's the spirit.
Why your ass?
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm talking to this bitch. Well, I already found a totem. Fuck you.
Fuck
Suck
you.
a dick.
I need a dick to suck, child. That's it. I haven't found the totem yet. I should have brought my damn.
She have a rune or something?
No. Oh, she do got wrong.
Chasing that Adam.
Yeah, but he just went and grabbed. Why did you go and grab her? You didn't lose her completely, boy. And now she chasing that goddamn girl. What?
God damn it.
And we all still in the same area. Oh, I almost missed that one. She wants this her ass. I'll come get you. Yeah, they're going over there. She coming back.